Okay, we'll be going through our class 26, 10, 17 drawings. We'll just do it real quick. You'll be able to identify information on the site plans, floor plans, elevation plans, sectional views, tile blocks, and line drawings. Sectional views is very, very important for us, especially on a house that's a custom house that has to be done according to sectional views. Here's a site plan. Site plan gives you the overview plan of where it's at, location, highway, by streets, wherever it's at, how it's going to look, the terrain, kind of basic information. You'll probably have to skim through that when you get to that point. Floor plans. Floor plans can be it could be many different things. You can have a housing complex. This could be floor plan 1, floor plan 2, floor plan 3, or this is just one floor plan showing you the basic construction of it, how it looks. If it was a second floor, you'd see that also, or the basement. Floor plans of building A, of a building, or so this is basic information. When you see it, you'll understand exactly what's going on there. You can see the stairs from the first floor going to the second floor. Obviously, this is lower level, upper level. Restrooms usually on top of each other. They're right next to each other because plumbing is a little bit easier to do it that way. Garage, obviously, it's in this area. When we do calculations, you're going to do calculating on just the living space and exclude the garage space. That's about it for that. And what's nice is it gives you the dimensions of everything. Exactly know the distances, the footage, where everything's at. Elevation is basically showing you how it looks, how it's going to look from when it's complete. Now these sectional drawings are very important because they show you detailed information, really detailed, of what it's going to look like. That BA5 in the plans. When you look at it, you look for that section BA5, and they'll show you what it looks like. Same thing, CA5, it'll show you what that fireplace looks like, and that gives you more detailed information. So when you overlook the whole thing and you want to figure out what's going on at this section, it'll give you a section for this. Show you how deep it's going to be, how it's going to be installed, etc. It's the sectional plan drawings. The site is really good because it gives you detailed information, heights, distances, what it's supposed to look like when it's complete. Drawing layouts. It's just. This drawing layout just shows you, see how margins and the edges. This is just a layout of how everything is going to be looking when it's all at its stage. Those are the tile blocks, and this is the other tile block. It's just giving you basic information. Electrical E1 sheet 2, 3, 4, 5. Your E sheets, you usually ask for the E sheets, but always when you do electrical drawings, when you look at your E sheets, you gotta look at your plumbing sheets and then all your other sheets so that you're corresponding to everything. Everything is corresponding to each other, because sometimes you can have a light right here, but then you have the AC ducting in the same spot. So you kind of, on a set of plans, you kind of know where you're supposed to be, and you can notify the contractor what's going on. It says scale as shown, and it shows you the scales here. So I don't see it, but usually it gives you a scale of when you do your drawings, so you can get the exact measurements. Here we go. The stamps and stuff, engineering stamps, whatever. And then you'll have a set of plans. This is approval blocks. You have a set. They'll be stamped actually, and it will be stamped by the city, showing you that these are approved by the city. Without those stamps, this may not be a good print to go by, because they can change. You can have a 2-year-old set of plans, and then if it's not stamped, they can have one that's updated, and all this, not this information, but the information on the blueprints can be changed, and you'll be working off an old set of blueprints, and you'll be making a lot of mistakes. So make sure you work with a up-to-date set of stamps. Look at that issue date, date of. So that's very important to make sure that your dates are corresponding to actual time you're working on it. Yeah, here you go. It just giving you information. Make sure when it's approved. And those dates are very important. When it was revised, that's very important. The revision, because that revision could be 2 years later, and if you're not using a up to date revised plan, then you could be doing it all wrong. Just more stamps and stuff from the architect and also the city. The city approval stamp is like the most important thing, because that's the latest and greatest. All right, and when you have, like, this is revision, when you have a revision, they revise it. Here it is. What you're gonna do is, also when you have a revision plan, they'll have a bubble. It could be the same thing, but they'll have a bubble around the area that's been revised. It doesn't necessarily have to have a whole brand new set of plans, but just one little section will be revised. Let's see if we have it here. Okay, here we go. Fixture number 3 in lighting fixture school. This is your revision. In this area, it's telling you what's been revised, but on the actual blueprints, it'll be like a bubble around it, showing you the exact location. All right, full line, medium line. All these lines mean something on a set of blueprints. Most blueprints will have, they're standardized what they are, but not always. Like this property line type configuration can show that, but it could be how similar these two are, but one's thicker, one's thinner. So you got to make sure when you look at this, your drafting lines, that you understand what it's saying. Some of them could be underground. I don't see it full line, medium line. Like let's say this line might be an underground wire, this might be an overhead wire, this might be an existing wire. So you can make a mistake if you're not looking at the information correctly or detailed. Here we go. Here's one that says exposed wiring, wire canceled in ceiling, wiring concealed in floor. See, it's underground, wiring turned up. I'm not too sure. So it looks at turned up, meaning facing up, facing down, and you're looking down at it. Just different things, different information. You got to get familiar with this. When you come to class, we have a set of plans, and you can kind of go through it. And when you get a chance to look at a set of plans on a job site, go through it. Kind of go through everything. Read everything you can. If you read it once, pretty much the second time you do it, it's going to be the same or pretty close to it, with some details changes. Okay, working with scale drawings. So anyway, when you work with drawings, everything is up to scale. So you have a quarter inch. A quarter inch represents a foot. It could be 1/8, 1/16 of an inch represents a foot. Depends how big or small the plans are. Sometimes you have quarter pages that they're not even up to scale, and they'll tell you it's not up to scale. So this is just a little section on this area. All right. Any more questions? Text me. Thank you.